So I got an email from a company called Typesy asking if I was interested in checking out their new typing program. Well, not new, but new to me. Trying out their typing program, and I decided to go ahead and give it a try. Just so you are aware, this is a sponsored video. It means I'm compensated for my time, but all opinions are 100% my own. Alright, so let's log in and I'll show you a little bit about the parent dashboard, and then I'll kind of walk you through everything that you can find in this program. I like to go in through the admin tab just because that's going to give me a better overlay of my class as a whole, because when you use the homeschool version you can set up your class, if you will, and see each student at a glance, or click on them and get a more detailed view. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to hop over here. So I haven't named my class. You can customize that, name the class, but you click on classes and you're going to be able to see each student. You're going to be able to see when they were last active, how their typing speed's going, how their accuracy is going. You can change passwords, you can take them out of the class, you can edit certain things. You can also click on the student and get a good idea of, what are they doing as far as in class? Are they doing well with their speed? Is their speed increasing? You can also get a good view of progress. What have they actually accomplished in the curriculum? Now, naturally, since he's newer to it, he hasn't done as much. I've just switched him over to the interactive, so we're going to see how that plays out, because that's going to intersperse more of your games and stuff throughout the learning. Porch is just going to be the same information I just showed you, but it's going to be a little more detailed. So you're going to be able to see, the typing speed. You're going to be able to see accuracy that they're working with, and the adjusted speed based on typing speed and accuracy. You're also going to have the ability to see which hand they're doing better with versus which hand they're struggling a little more on. I mean, his are pretty much even. He's just a little bit more left-hand dominant. But you can also see there's more of an increase on his left hand, where his right hand seems to be more consistent. You can also change out the dates here. So if you need a larger overlook, a 30 days, 6 months, or just the last 24 hours, that's something you can track. As far as the curriculum, you can decide if you want to do the classic, which is no games, just a traditional typing program, or if you want interactive, which adds in some of the games, and I'll show you those in a minute. You can also go into the test area, and tests are not mandatory, but you can create them if you want to get a good read of where your children are. You would name your test. So say I was doing let's not have a typo. Beginning test 2, for instance. You're going to select your exercises. You're going to go down, select what you need. And then you have the ability to pick one based on a skill that you might see them struggling with, or something you just want to test and see how well they're retaining. So for this one, say that I picked this one, I would go ahead and hit use. Then I'm going to be able to decide how many times do I want this child to be able to try this. Say I want to give them 3 tries, and then you can also force them to do this immediately before they're going to move on to other things. You can set a time limit if you don't want them to take too long. And you can make that test active, or you can make it dormant and just activate it when you need it. Settings, you have a couple different things that you can do. You can disable skipping ahead. This will take away their ability to skip from section to section. This will take away their ability to skip from section to section and help them to follow the curriculum in the order that it's out. You can turn off the play section if you don't want them in the games, if you want them focused on just to listen in front of them. You can change out the font if you want to. You can decide whether or not you want the keyboard displayed on the screen. You can decide whether or not you want to let them backspace on the thing. You can set a minimum speed and a minimum accuracy for their goals. So there are just a few of things that you can do. For the users first, you would add a user, and then you would enroll them in the course that you wanted them in. You can find any of your account information here. This is just when it started, when it expires, how many licenses you have. You can name the school. Alright, so I'm going to log out, and I'm going to take you over and let you see some of my son's program a little bit. Okay, so once you log in on the student side of the interface, you're going to have a few things that you're able to do here. First of all, you're able to see where you're at. You're able to see how much longer until you level up into the next medal. So for this, he's earned 153 points so far. He's got another 847 to go. He's able to see his progress as far as his typing speed. He can decide to just opt to play games for a little while. There are many games in here. Whether you're working on keyboard skills, just having fun with typing, you know, whatever the case may be, there's multiples here. These are a lot of fun. They're very well put together. So you're going to have the ability to, you know, click the letter that you want in order to go the way that you want to go in order to play the game. The games are going to differ in difficulty depending on where your student's at and what they're working on. Some of them are going to work on speed, some of them are going to work on accuracy, so you're going to want to make sure that you're looking at that so that you're not putting them in something that's going to overwhelm them. As far as the classes go, you're going to be able to click on a class. And I actually went ahead and started this one a little bit earlier, so let me go ahead and click back. Alright, so you have your video that you can start with.
Now it's time to introduce you to the home row. When touch typing, everything begins from the home row. The home row is the middle row of letters.
So you have the capability to let there be a video teacher if you want, or they can just read through this synopsis really quick and then work from there. And again, here's your video component, and here's your bullet points if they don't want to sit through the video and they just want to move forward. And then they have the ability to actually...
In this list, DF keys are all pressed with your left hand. Press the A key with your little finger. Press the S key with your ring finger. Press the D key with your second finger, and press the F key with your index finger. Press the spacebar with your left or right thumb.
One of the things that I like about this program is the fact that they keep the picture of the hands in the correct spot on the screen so that you're able to see exactly where they need to be. This helps the child to not look down at their hands, instead to look up at the screen and focus on what they need to do. They also give you a time limit that you can work from to get this done. Other than that, that's pretty much how the program works. Let's log out for a minute and we'll talk about pricing. So the homeschool program. This program is also 100% ad-free. You're not going to be interrupted by ads when you're playing any of the games or in any of the typing lessons. There are 377 lessons. There's also 24/7 support if needed. You have a 12-month money-back guarantee. This program's not a fit for your family. You're able to get your money back on that. For your Type C program, if you have 3 students, 2 parents, you're looking at $67 for 5 years of access. For 3 parents, 10 students, and 5 years of access, you're looking at $97. And for 10 parents and 30 students, you're looking at $197. So it really depends on if you do it through a homeschool co-op, or if you do it through a larger family, or if you have a smaller family, as to where the benefit's going to be for you. But it really does break down to a very reasonable price point when you look at the fact that you're getting 5 years of access.